I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to keep calling until my court date. They're not going to do anything at the end of the day. They can't do anything. Those weren't just words. That was a challenge, and unfortunately for him, was a challenge made in the worst possible place, a courtroom. The hearing begins like any other. Court calls the quiet, papers shuffle. The judge looks down at the file, then up at the defendant, calm, focused, experienced. All right, before I hear anything else, let me ask one simple question. Where's the tether? There's a pause. Defense counsel shifts slightly. Your Honor, my understanding was community corrections still had it. The judge doesn't blink. No, they don't. A beat. He cut it off. Just like that, the entire tone of the courtroom changes. This isn't just a violation anymore. This is defiance. The judge leans forward slightly. And I understand you're making representations on behalf of your client. But let's be honest here. There's nothing more shocking than someone walking into this courtroom free, getting their bond revoked, being placed in jail because of their own actions, and then continuing to violate court orders anyway. The words hang in the air because everyone in that room knows this isn't normal behavior. Then the prosecutor stands, calm, prepared. Your Honor, I'll rely mostly on the motion, but after reviewing the jail calls, she flips through her notes. He made 45 calls to one number after his privileges were revoked, using different pins. She pauses, then continues. To another number, 23 more completed calls. The judge looks up again, now fully engaged, and in one of those calls, as recently as Monday, there were a few statements that stood out. She reads directly. There's nothing in this world that's going to stop me from talking to you. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to keep calling until my court date. They're not going to do anything. At the end of the day, they can't do anything. A silence fills the room. Because now, it's not just evidence, it's attitude. The prosecutor continues. He even acknowledges in some of these calls that he knows he's not supposed to be contacting her, and yet he continues anyway. So I have extreme concerns that he cannot follow any court orders. And given the nature of this case, those concerns are serious. She sits down, the judge takes a breath, then looks directly at the defendant. If he thinks we can't do something, a pause, and you're going to look at this, judge, and think I can't do something, the tone sharpens instantly. Young man, you are about to learn a very big lesson. Defense counsel quickly steps in, Your Honor, but the judge cuts him off. No. My turn. And now the courtroom belongs entirely to the judge. You can say all that stuff on the phone. You can talk big. You can act like none of this matters. But you are not that big. And you are not that untouchable. The defendant shifts slightly. For the first time, the confidence is gone. The judge continues. I have been on this bench for almost 25 years. And never have I been insulted in the way this court has been insulted here. Because this isn't just about breaking rules anymore. It's about disrespect. Then comes the warning. And if you think we can't do something, I can make sure you don't have access to anyone. No phone, no contact, no way around it. So don't test this court. Defense tries again, more carefully this time. My client would like to. Go ahead. The defendant speaks. For the first time, his voice is different. I just want to apologize. I didn't mean. The judge stops him immediately. I don't want to hear it. Cold. Direct. I show mercy to people who earn it. A pause. You have not. And just like that, the decision is clear. Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond remains revoked. The gavel doesn't need to hit. The message is already delivered. But the story doesn't end there, because moments later, another case begins. Different defendant, different attorney, same judge. The defense attorney makes an argument suggesting that the system isn't fair, that maybe the prosecution has more access than the defense. And that's when everything changes again. The judge leans forward, sharp, controlled. Do not insult this court. I have been on this bench for 25 years, and never have I been insulted the way you just did. The courtroom freezes. You're suggesting this court is not fair, that one side gets access, the other doesn't. You are absolutely wrong. The judge doesn't raise his voice, but every word hits harder. Just today, this court scheduled a hearing on its own to benefit a defendant without notice to either side, to make sure things were fair. So don't come in here and suggest this court plays favorites. Then, something unexpected, the judge takes a step back emotionally. I do not make decisions out of anger, and I will not punish your client for what you just said. That moment matters because it shows something deeper: control, fairness, authority without emotion. I'm adjourning this hearing to give you time to prepare, to review your material, and to come back with a proper argument. Tomorrow, noon, all parties present. And just like that, it's over. But what happened in that courtroom was more than just a hearing. It was a reminder that confidence, without respect, turns into consequences. That ignoring the law doesn't make you powerful. It makes you accountable. And most importantly, the moment you believe they can't do anything is usually the moment everything changes.